Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, what's up?
I'd like to talk to you about some of your content yesterday.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'm calling in regards to a segment you had in regards to Navalny being murdered in Russia.
What is his name?
Navalny,
No.
the Russian opposition.
Yeah, I know who it is, but you said the name wrong twice, so I didn't know if you knew who he was.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
It wrong. But anyway, comparing him with Epstein being killed in jail, and promoting conspiracy theories that are just ridiculous.
Which conspiracy theory is ridiculous?
As far as you were comparing.
But what is it? No,
murder,
I understand the comparison. What is the conspiracy theory?
That our government has killed Epstein.
You think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
If you're going to let me finish.
I'm asking you a question. This is a conversation. You think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, or you think he was killed?
No, but what I do think is that you cannot compare Russian opposition against Putin.
But you clearly didn't listen yesterday, because what I said yesterday was that I am comparing the fact that both of our governments are responsible for murdering someone. I didn't say whether one was a good one was a bad one. I said that both of our governments are responsible for murdering someone.
So you think?
You think?
Have no proof of that.
But you have no proof. You have no proof. You have no proof of who killed Navalny either. You think?
No, but here's
he was
point,
murdered.
If you would let me get it across.
You don't.
My point.
You're kind of all right.
Here's
go ahead.
my point. If you would let me get it across.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, the country is in peril enough, and when you start comparing Russia with the United States, it's totally ridiculous. We didn't arrest 400 people for putting flowers on his memorial.
You're talking about things that don't concern me now. I didn't talk about any of that. What I said to you, I said yesterday was, you have selective hearing.
Not you. It was Galvin or Spanish.
No, it wasn't me. So get the facts straight, dumb dumb.
And you have a large influence.
Yes, and it clearly it has gone over your head. It has gone over your head. Listen to me, okay? What I said yesterday is that both of our governments are responsible for killing someone. That is the only comparison I made. I didn't say that we should, Epstein was a good guy and this Navalny was a good guy. I didn't say any of that. I said that both of our governments are responsible for killing someone for their own good. That is what was my comparison. And I don't know what you're getting out of it.
What I'm getting is that you're comparing Russia with the United States.
Why wouldn't I?
And you cannot do that.
Why? We both did the same thing. Am I right or wrong?
Your point again, please.
Our governments both are responsible for the death of a prisoner. Okay? But there's every single fact points to a setup where Epstein was killed. Putin had this guy killed. Both of our governments killed a prisoner for their own benefit. That is my comparison. Where are you having a problem?
Did Joe Biden kill Epstein?
I don't know. Did Putin kill Navalny? You don't know. You're assuming.
Spanish.
You don't talk
Galvin,
to me. Talk to me. You're talking to me. Talk to me. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. We're saying. I'm telling you. You're assuming that Putin had Navalny killed, but you don't know any more than you do about me talking about Epstein being killed.
Well, the point I'm trying to get across is you cannot compare the two countries.
Why not? Both of them did the exact same thing.
We didn't arrest 400 people for putting flowers on.
Okay, but you're talking about something different. I'm talking about our governments being responsible for killing someone. Both of our governments did that. And the fact that
I'm
you can't
talking
open
about you
the fact that
badmouthing our government when you have such a large following
right,
that you
it's about
influence a lot
time.
of people.
It's about time
Again, you're
somebody
not
says
letting
the
me
truth
finish.
because
You're
ignorant
talking, you're
people
not
like
letting
you
me
don't
finish.
want to hear
Are
the
you gonna
truth.
let me
You don't
finish?
want to hear the
Are you
truth.
gonna let
No,
me
I'm not
finish?
going to let you finish. Go get your own podcast if you want to talk at length. This is my show.
Because you're wrong.
Oh, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I
You
haven't.
don't want to listen to it.
You're wrong. If
You guys think it's a joke to,
it's not.
to promote conspiracy
Listen to me.
theories,
What
and
is
you
it?
shouldn't be even talking
So
about
then explain to me
politics.
what the
You should be
conspiracy
talking
theory
about
is.
Movies.
Ask me
You
a
should
question.
be talking about what you would do if you won the lotto.
I know, because
and who you would give $1 million to.
you're too ignorant to understand that there might be a truth out there besides yours. That's the problem. You're not going to talk over me, sir. I can guarantee you're never going to win at that game. You don't want to understand. You don't want to look at the truth and realize that there is something out there that you just want to take the red pill and not see anymore. Mm-hmm. You don't want to understand the fact that our government is responsible for killing a man in prison so that he didn't release information that could hurt a lot of powerful people, and that is Jeffrey Epstein. And you don't want to understand
that's possible.
That's right. So
I'm sure that's possible.
So why wouldn't you?
Point,
so why what is the difference then that you're saying?
My point is that you're comparing the United States with Russia, and you can't do that.
I absolutely can do that. They both
you compare to anyone.
You think Russia is so good, you should go try living there.
Listen to me.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that. At what point did you hear anybody say Russia was good?
Well, when you compare,
but I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. What point did you hear us say anything but the fact that we're both bad?
It's not a joke, Mike.
Listen, you're a joke, sir. You're a joke. You're going to talk in circles for the rest of the show. That's a perfect example of somebody who doesn't want to hear the truth. They just want to know what they think they know, and they don't want to hear that. I said yesterday that our government is responsible for killing Jeffrey Epstein. Now, do I think Joe Biden leaned in and said, have him killed? No, I don't. Probably not. Do I think Putin had this guy killed? 100%. But both of our governments have looked the other way. I mean, you can't look at a situation that is more obvious. Jeffrey Epstein, who holds the secrets to all of these powerful people in the world, all of these people who have visited his pedophile island, has all this information. They lock him in a jail. They put him in protective custody. They start off by giving him too many sheets when they weren't supposed to give him any. They put him in there with a guy who is convicted of murder and abusive murder, former cop. And then they have two guards outside his place. The guards fall asleep. The cameras all of a sudden don't work. The sheets were in his thing for him to hang himself. A guy who said he'd never kill himself. All the signs point to the fact that he was murdered. Okay, maybe I'm assuming it is somebody in the government that let that happen because they're scared of what the outcome is going to be of him blabbing. So I'm assuming it's the government. But even if it wasn't, our government knows that this guy was murdered. And where is this extensive investigation? Where is the shock of saying, how do we let this happen? This guy was murdered made to look like a suicide. The guy had no reason to kill himself. He had so much information, he probably could have gotten a very lenient sentence. This other guy is definitely killed by Putin. There's no doubt. And even Putin's like, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He doesn't care.
Sudden death syndrome.
I don't know where that makes me sound like I want to go live in Russia. It absolutely doesn't. It sounds like it's a horrible place to be, where they will kill you for for opposing the government. It's terrible. But what I'm saying is that we're doing the same thing. And if you don't see that, then you're blind. That guy shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. These are the same people that say Trump is racist, and you ask for a direct quote, they can't give you any.
Terry, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Hi, yeah, I was overhearing your conversation with that guy, and he did not want to listen to you. I'll say it for you. He sounded like an idiot.
Thank you. I certainly.
Okay, that's about it.
Yeah.
Because I am totally on your page when it comes to something happened. We know he did not kill himself. I don't care what party you're for, but we know he did not kill himself.
Did not kill himself. And where is where is the postmortem outrage? Where is the world demanding answers? I mean, the fact that the guy was a bad guy.
He had too much.
The guy was a bad guy, so we're all like, he's dead, whatever. Yeah, okay, but who killed him? Don't you want to know that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, he had too much information. That's the thing on other people that are in the government. So, yeah. And then you don't want to go to Russia, but I agree with you.
I don't know where that came from. I don't want to go to Russia. Thank you. Frank, go ahead. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Yeah, hi. Good morning. I want to just say that I also agree with Mike and the show and mainly in what you guys are saying, but I think there's a bigger comparison to be made between Navalny and what's happening with Donald Trump right now. And just imagine if Donald Trump was convicted of some of these false narratives that are being accused against him, and then one day Donald Trump just mysteriously dies in prison. So I don't think we're that far off from the Russian narrative right now, and the government.
It doesn't even have to be somebody that high up. I mean, how many times are you seeing a case on a local level where there's somebody that's got information and that guy all of a sudden it disappears?
Independent journalists die.
Look at all the people that went against the Clintons. I mean, and I'm not even talking from a party line. That's just a coincidence. All those people around the Clintons just happen to die. It's insane. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. Let's go to Sean. Sean, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Hey, Mike, I agree with you too. And that guy wants to throw out all these examples how we're different than Russia. What about what they did to everybody from January 6th? The Nord Stream pipeline, all the same stuff that Russia's doing, we're doing, and everybody's like ignoring it.
Careful, conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, but you know what? What you're saying, it's interesting because that guy is like, so he hears what you're saying. And he goes, so if you think Russia's so good, go there. You're not saying that. What you're saying is we're not good people here. Yeah, I know that's something. What we're doing is also bad. And the more people that realize
they're taking Trump off the ballot, whether you like him or not. Like, you're fixing elections, and like, this isn't a third world country. It's ridiculous.
I watched January 6th when it happened, and I was disgusted. And I looked at it and I said, this is not our country. We don't do this. This looks like a foreign country.
No, exactly.
And then when I heard the same thing with because I was against the January 6th stuff, I said this is ridiculous. We have a way that we do things, and this is ridiculous. It's not America. I absolutely said that.
Right.
And then when they tried to take Trump off the ballot, I went, this is not America. We don't do that. Let the people have the right to vote. So we're in a situation right now where we're a lot more like these awful countries that we've always been told are so bad and we're so good. And we're finding out the hard way, like that guy doesn't want to swallow the fact that we are also a bad country.
And it needs to get changed.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the call. Look, I don't. That guy was obviously bothered by what I said. And my opinion is that he's bothered because he's seeing the truth that he doesn't want to see. And he thinks that I love when you people, nothing makes me happier than when you send me like that guy was like, talk about movies, talk about this. Don't tell me what to talk about. If you don't want to listen, no one's forcing you to listen to it. And when people tell me don't talk about politics, you don't know about politics, that translates right to you don't agree with what I'm saying. I don't know about politics. I don't know enough about a lot of things in this world, but I do know that I'm a citizen. I have an opinion, and I'm going to tell you how I feel. Sometimes talking it out makes me realize, oh, no, I wasn't right about that, or I'm definitely right about this. Sometimes talking it out helps other people understand what I'm trying to relay. So that is why I do those sort of things. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or who to vote for or how you should act. I'm telling you how I feel, and maybe by us discussing it, some good things will come out of it. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I agree with you totally, and it's kind of a shame that you can't, as an American, like you just did, say that we're kind of a bad country in a lot of respects, and a lot of people like to flip it on you. You got a huge tool. You got a huge platform. So
you should see my tool, right, sir. Yeah, it's huge.
But in contrast, what's going on right now in the world is the United States is building these proxy wars for gain, and it's apparent that nobody's talking about it. But in contrast, the Gaza Strip is only 141 square miles, and we're funneling billions of dollars over there to fight a war.
Yeah.
In contrast, again, Pinellas County is only 273 square miles. So how many bombs and bulldozers would it take to level the peninsula of St. Pete? And Taiwan's next, brother.
Yeah.
And it's your tax dollars that are going out the door, and we just don't know where that stuff's going. But it's appropriate to talk about it, and I love your show.
Hey, you don't know how happy you just
you.
made Spanish.
Everybody's making me happy today.
Spanish
Finally.
smile. Thank you for the call, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. You know, I'll always remember Lionel years ago on this show. And Lionel said, the minute you start to question something, they go, conspiracy. You're a conspiracy theorist. And that implies that you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The minute you try to question something, they make you feel like you're stupid for doing it. I don't feel stupid. I don't care. Look, I don't feel stupid being wrong. I can say something, learn about it, and realize, I was totally wrong on that. That's how you learn things.
Yeah, and plus, doesn't it make you feel weird that conspiracy theorist, that term was created by the CIA? Doesn't that make you feel?
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't make it feel any better at all. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, how are you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? So I'm about 20, 21, and what you guys are saying, completely makes sense. I mean, I went to college for about 6 months, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Like,
Right.
the amount of people that basically, like, shit talk you.
Oh,
I don't know if I could say it.
No,
but
you can't
the
say
amount
that.
of people that smack talk you pretty much about, like, for example, when the election was going on, I was my freshman year pretty much in high school. And you couldn't have an opinion. The mob mentality is just insane. You could say that the sky's blue, and they'll be like, no, it's purple or cream or red or whatever. It's insane.
The people don't realize the power that they give Donald Trump by being so anti-Trump. People that are so anti-Trump and so outspoken against him are the ones that make the other people go, well, why are they so anti? Like, what am I missing here? What am I looking at? What is this? What are they afraid of? And there's been a lot more people to stop and ask that question lately, and I think that's what gets a lot of people nervous. So I remember when I was your age and I had my first election, boy, I thought I was going to change the world. I was going to vote for Bill Clinton, and he was going to be the great guy and the leader, and he did this and everything. And then you realize it's all the same garbage over and over again. I don't know why that guy, the original caller, was so angry. I don't know what he heard in his head that made us say.
I think he took it as you're crapping on the United
America?
States.
I
Yeah.
100% am.
Yeah.
You can't
100% am.
You can't try
And
to
some
censor
people
you.
just get offended by that no matter which way your opinion is. They just get pissed off about it for no reason.
Also, I think he was a little invested in Russia. Pop-off vodka is what it sounded like to me.
No, I don't know. I think he was old, and I think old people get are very sensitive. I don't mind somebody calling the show and telling me I'm wrong or that they disagree with me. That's fine, but you can't not answer the questions. You can't not present an argument and not have anything to back it up. So.
Well, especially then when he started saying, "Oh, well, Russia, you can't put flowers," and nobody's talking about that, bro. We're talking about one specific incident,
one specific thing that made me realize, and it all stemmed from a meme that I put up of Navalny, being murdered, and then I put a picture of Epstein. Bottom and I said, but nobody is saying anything about this. And people are like, well, you can't compare the two because one's was trying to make change and the other one was a pedophile. Yeah, they were both still killed by their own government. It was murdered by the powers that be. How is that not scary to everyone?
Why do you think we don't push Trump more on that?
On what?
On the Epstein stuff.
We haven't had an opportunity to.
Right. But why do you think nobody seems to push him on it at all?
Well, because he was the only one that cooperated with authorities and went in for questioning when they brought him in. Nobody else did.
Because he said hasn't he said that didn't really know Epstein, but then there was tons of documents. He's mentioned countless times.
So I thought about
pictures.
this too. I don't want to make it seem like I'm defending Trump because I'm not. I don't know.
It was Trump's administration when Epstein died.
I don't know Trump's relationship other than a couple of times I've seen them at functions in pictures together. I said the other day, I said I'm old enough now where I can't remember. Like if I meet a girl and that girl's like, oh, I remember we made out one time, and I'd be like, I don't remember. That's where I'm at in age. I can't remember everybody I met. Now be Donald Trump, an international businessman who is a bit of a celebrity and now all of a sudden became president. Can you remember everybody that you met? And they did. I know. Oh yeah, we met that Epstein guy, and he found out he was a bad guy. But I don't know. We met him at a wedding one time, or we sat at a table with him for another function. That doesn't mean that they're now. Am I defending Trump? No, he probably went to the island and got a couple of HJs from some girls. I don't really know.
Didn't he show up like countless times in all the documents?
Yeah, he was on the list for sure.
He was on the list.
Yeah, but so was Ellen DeGeneres. I don't believe the list.
But so
there's tons of pictures, and it was the Trump administration in power when this happened. But it seems like he doesn't get pressed on it.
But I don't think there's been an opportunity to.
But question: you can go watch when he went in and talked to the FBI about Epstein. You can see all that. He was the only one that when they asked everybody to come in for question, he was the only one that came in. And there's also something fundamentally that I think is much different that people don't give our country credit for. The president can only do so much. He's not having anybody killed. That's the CIA and what the FBI do. Where a dictator like Putin in Russia, he's the one pulling the strings. Right. That's not how it works here.
Right. And by the way, I say the government, but the truth is Bill Gates could have got to him.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of money, you have that kind of money, you get things done. But what I'm saying is, where's the
public outrage?
Public outrage for the fact we're all happy he's dead because he was a pedophile, but who killed him? How did it happen? And if this was your uncle, you'd be really mad about it. But because he was a bad guy, everybody's like, whatever.
But like I said, doesn't that kind of fall on Trump's watch?
I don't know. I don't know who.
I mean, he was in charge at the time.
He was in charge of the country,
right? Yeah. And so we're saying that the government is the one that killed him somehow.
Yeah, but see, you're saying like Trump. But you're saying Trump is the government. That's not. There are thousands of people that don't believe that.
He was in charge at the time, and there's countless documents showing that he was on the island, did things with Epstein. There's tons of pictures. Yet he doesn't seem to get pressed much on it.
He was pressed. He was the only one that showed up for questioning when they called everyone in for questioning when all this stuff broke.
Pressing him because there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I know where you're coming from, but you can go look up.
Everybody's like, how come we're not doing anything? But you would think you would be going after these people more. Like, why are we not?
You mean the same Department of Justice that lied under oath and had a bunch of people sign a document saying the Russian dossier was real? Those people, why aren't they doing anything?
You're going to make that guy so mad now.
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking about?
I'm saying, why are we not doing anything? We're not going after any of these people.
I agree with you, and that's
but there is no public outrage
because
for it,
they spin it into making red versus blue, and that's what all these things end up boiling down to. Is
you find out that all these people were involved. Donald Trump was involved. All the Clintons were involved. All these people were all involved.
I gotta be honest,
but whichever side you seem to fall, if you're red or blue, you just like kind of ignore that.
Two heads of the same snake. You were right.
It's ridiculous.
If somebody leaned in and said, Biden did that, I go, oh. If they leaned in and said, Trump did that, I go, oh. Yeah, well, I don't really care. I just kind of wanted to know who did it.
Yeah.
I just want to know the secrets.
If you're a Trump fan, he was Scott Clean. If you're a Clinton or a Democrat, it was this. It's so
I'm going to change my narrative. I now said Bill Gates had him killed.
Yeah.
Bill Gates paid enough to have him killed.
Bill Gates is just killing all of us slowly through the food that he provides.
I would say it was definitely somebody who is elite, which Trump certainly is.
Oh, for sure.
Could have been part of it. Could have been any of the people that are on that list that have a ton of money, and they go, we don't want him to talk.
He's the one guy that's in all these. He's the one guy that has nothing to do with it. Come on.
I agree with you.
It's ridiculous.
Finally, in news, and this kind of ties in with all of the stuff, there was a story online alleging that Kid Rock and Jason Aldean canceled their New York dates for the You Can't Cancel America tour in support of Donald Trump.
What?
That is false. It was actually originated by a satire website.
Onion.
It's totally fake. People were freaking out. Oh, they canceled and they're not going to play New York because they are supporting Donald Trump. It's not even true.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
That is it for news.